Okay, we'll call the meeting order at 4:30 PM. Adoption of the agenda, that the agenda be adopted as presented, moved by Deputy Mayor Bergeron, seconded by Councillor Annable. All those in favor? Opposed, seeing none, that's carried. Any disclosures of pecuniary interest and nature thereof? Seeing none. We have one item in front of us. It's the action request from Development Services, the noise exemption, Dundas Manor 2025, that council authorize a temporary exemption permit to public nuisance bylaw number 2016-20 for construction of the new Dundas Manor located at 543 Clarence Street, Winchester, from May 15, 2025 to May 31, 2025. Moved by Councillor Annable, seconded by Deputy Mayor Bergeron. Mr. Stronach.
Thank you, Mayor. This is basically an extension of we did one before back in September of last year, or August of last year. They're looking for an exemption to the nuisance bylaw for the noise. Currently, the prohibited timelines are 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. There's no construction activity allowed in that window. They're doing some concrete finishing. There's a big slab that's being poured on the ground floor and the second level on one of the wings, so they need to get that. Once it starts, they can't stop, and so they need to. They'll possibly need an exemption into that late hours. I think there were no complaints from the previous time. We did receive a complaint this time about a neighbor. There's about 20 neighbors that kind of surround the area, so we've received only one to date. That individual expressed some concern with it going around 2 a.m., 2:30. They were still doing the troweling work. So I've reached out to the contractor to kind of reiterate that to them, to say, look, someone was concerned about this, just be aware, try to get it as, but it's difficult to kind of anticipate when that will, once they start, they don't know. It depends on weather. If it's a cool evening, it will get dragged on longer, et cetera. So this is just to allow them to extend past the prohibited time. We put in a 2-week window from May 15th to May 31st. It'll be about 3 nights max in that window, depending on their timelines. And then they'll need another one again in the future when they do future wings. We're looking at possibly updating the bylaw to allow flexibility for that, so that we can kind of get these through quicker, so we're not kind of scrambling at the last minute. So yep, so that's the exemption is from the 15th to the 31st.
Thank you. Questions, comments from members of council? Deputy Mayor.
Well, the Dundas Manor is moving on schedule, and we want it to keep moving. They have a lot of expenses, and of course, by moving, we hope that they miss some tariffs coming from the U.S. or whatever. The concrete work has to be done. There's no other choice. I did see where they say they were not going to back up trucks during this time. They were just going to have the generator for the electric trowel. And so, it's got to be done. We need the building.
Thank you.
Was what complaints did we get before, and we've already addressed that. I would hate to see the project held up by not doing this. They have done. The sooner this is done, the sooner the whole building is done.
Thank you for your comments. Madam CAO and I were just recently over at Dundas Manor on a tour of both the hospital and the current manor, and we were given an update on the progress and how they're on budget, on time, and I think in general we look forward to that continuing on budget, on time, and this bill is highly anticipated and supported by many members of our community, and we need to be mindful of that and ensure that everything moves as planned, but we need to be mindful of our neighbors and take their concerns into consideration. So, saying all that, did I say all the mover and seconder? I should have made note. All those in favor? Opposed? Seeing none, that's carried. And the ratification bylaw that, thank you, Mr. Stronach. The ratification bylaw, that bylaw number 2025-48, to confirm the proceedings of council at its special meeting held on May 14, 2025, be passed and enacted. That's moved by Deputy Mayor Bergeron, seconded by Councillor Annable. All those in favor? Opposed? See none. That's carried. And the adjournment, the council adjourned to the call of the chair at 4:36 p.m., moved by Councillor Annabelle, second by Deputy Mayor Bergeron. All those in favor? Opposed? Seeing none, that's carried. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.